It's a bad experiment.
Now at 6, what's happening now to propose changes for the city of San Diego's ADU regulations? Plus, a new request for troops to help with mass deportations and how the Postal Service could get involved with immigration.
I felt like I was dying.
What the owner of a local restaurant is saying as nearly 100 people say they got sick with salmonella.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Thank you so much for being here on this Friday. It is 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Iranpour. And yeah, let's get you caught up on your weekend weather. You ready for the weekend?
Yeah, it's here.
A lot of us are. Yeah, we're waking up to some clouds out there. Here's our view. Del Mar, it looks like. And yeah, overcast marine layer. You know our friend. It's always sticking around. Here's our view from San Miguel. As you see, today our clouds are pretty widespread. They're coming all the way to the foothills of the mountains. Your weather headlines for today. We do have those clouds that are likely linger into the weekend. Slightly cooler, and then light showers arrive, but not till Saturday night into Sunday. Our top story here today, major changes could be coming to the controversial ADU program here in San Diego.
A city council committee approved some new rules on this last night, and CBS 8's Regina Yarita live downtown with the latest on this fight over ADUs here. Regina?
Good morning, Eric and Netta. That's right. And the thought of new ADUs being built here in San Diego has divided neighborhoods for years. And judging by the amount of people that showed up to the committee hearing yesterday, it shows that this continues to be a controversial topic. But these developments now come with new regulations, and those opposing these ADUs say it's still not enough.
Concerned about the sewer, the water lines that are going in, and just how it's going to change the fabric. We're in a cul-de-sac again, and there's not going to be any parking.
So the meeting lasted about 6 hours with over 100 speakers either opposing or supporting the new changes. But in a 3-to-1 vote, the committee did agree to modify the current ADU regulations. This includes forcing people who build ADUs to pay infrastructure fees, limiting developments to 2 stories, requiring parking for units that are not close to public transit, and designing greater distances from property lines. It also prohibits some ADUs on cul-de-sacs. The revised proposal also sets a maximum of 7 backyard units for 8,000 square foot lots, 6 for 7,000 foot lots, and 4 lots for up to 5,000 square feet. Now, people living next to large ADU developments have continued to voice their concerns, with some even saying that ADUs need to be capped at 4 per lot. Supporters, on the other hand, say the units are a great way for San Diego to expand housing availability at a lower price.
The program is a concrete and successful example of innovative housing policy that creates much needed affordable and middle income housing without taxpayer subsidy.
And while these proposed modifications were debated and eventually approved during the committee, they still need to go before the city council in the next coming weeks. We'll keep you guys updated with those details. But for now, Eric and Netta, I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you. This morning, we are learning the Department of Homeland Security is requesting about 20,000 National Guard troops to help the Trump administration with mass deportation efforts.
And this isn't the only request coming from the Trump administration. CBS 8's Chris Groh live here in studio to tell us what the plans are, what the proposal is here.
Yeah, so a lot happening here on the immigration front, as always here with the Trump administration. So we want to keep you up to date here on these moving parts. Let's start first with the federal agency, Department of Homeland Security. They've requested those 20,000 National Guard troops to assist with deportations, but according to CBS News, it's pretty specific what they would be doing here. They would assist law enforcement authorities with logistics and operations related to immigration actions. They've already have seen an estimated 8,600 troops at the border. In a statement, the Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said the agency would, quote, use every tool and resource available to get criminal illegal aliens, including gang members, murderers, pedophiles, and other violent criminals out of our country. Now, that's the, of course, National Guard Department of Homeland Security. But another federal department is now signing up here for immigration enforcement. We're talking about the Post Office. The Postal Inspection Service recently joined a federal task force to help locate undocumented immigrants using data from mail and packages. This is after a Trump executive order forced all federal agencies to work with immigration officials. An immigration attorney in Texas has weighed in.
Are finding that those concerns are not strong enough to overcome an executive order by the administration and that it's okay. But obviously, this affects communities because the immigrant community is going to be devastated and perhaps not using these services any longer.
Now, as for the troops in the Department of Homeland Security, that request is still being reviewed, and as soon as we do hear more on that part of the story, we'll be sure to update you. Netta?
All right, Chris, thank you very much for the details on that. This morning, 98 probable and confirmed cases of salmonella have been linked to Aladdin Mediterranean Cafe. We are now hearing from people who say they got sick.
I was going to the bathroom constantly. It was not good. And then fever, headache, my whole body was aching.
I went through a lot, and I'm still recovering right now, and it also affected my mental health. I had to take 2 weeks off of work. I'm behind on bills. I mean, come on, all I want is accountability.
There are at least 50 people involved in 3 different lawsuits filed against this restaurant. Aladdin's owner told us he's very sorry, and he says he feels he's being treated unfairly.
We're humans at Aladdin. Other restaurants are humans. The food is cooked by humans, okay, not by angels or by God. So there is a chance, maybe 1 over 100 million things go wrong. Maybe from us, I don't know, and maybe from the produce we get.
The owner says they have thrown out nearly $70,000 worth of food, and they are cooperating with health officials. So far, health inspectors have not been able to pinpoint an exact source of the outbreak, but the restaurant has been allowed to reopen. Today, there's another court hearing on the possible release of a sexually violent predator. 61-year-old Gary Snevely, a convicted child molester, could be released as a transient. That means he will not have a permanent address, but still required to do weekly drug screenings and polygraph tests and have 24/7 GPS monitoring. Transients are usually placed in a motel or mobile home. This comes after a Julian homeowner canceled his placement on her property.
This morning, San Diego Unified is warning parents to be on the lookout for a new TikTok trend. I know my kid's school got this concerning warning. The Chromebook Challenge is being linked to several fires and property damage. At least 16 students from 3 different SD-USD schools in the district have destroyed their district-issued laptops by shorting out the Chromebook intentionally, putting pens in there, paper clips. District officials say it's cost them over $7,000 to replace the destroyed laptops, which, is taxpayers' dollars. This morning, students across San Diego are getting ready to put on their caps and gowns and accept their diplomas. Commencement ceremonies will begin today at the San Diego State University, Cal State San Marcos, and the San Diego Community College District. So we want to give a big congratulations to all of you, the class of 2025. And if you want to give a grad a shout out, send us their photo and the name through the CBS 8 app. Just upload through the Near Me section right there at the bottom. Also want to give a big shout out to Netta Aranpour on her birthday here today. It's an early birthday wish for you. We know that it's on Monday. But
it's on Monday.
You'll be taking the day off, which you deserve. We appreciate everything you do around here. You all are fans of Netta, we know that, but she just does so much around here.
Sweet.
There's the weather, traffic, news. She's an environmental reporter, just nominated for 3 Emmys, by the way.
Thank you. You're
Congratulations
making me all,
to you.
embarrassed now.
So
you're so kind.
A big part of what we do here, and big happy birthday to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I was like, I'm trying to go under the radar with this one.
No.
He won't let me. No, very sweet. Very nice to hear all that. But Ramin was born, of course, on my birthday. So now I got to take the day off to celebrate with my son. So we'll be doing that together on Monday. So let's talk about your forecast here. What's going on for the weekend? I know a lot of us have plans to be outside. Kids want to go out and play. So can they? The good news is yes, because I don't think kids are going to be up at midnight, at least not by choice, 2 a.m. or so outside, because that's when the shower activity will likely get here. Few clouds for today. You see that in this live camera here, but that should dissipate, and we could see the sun by this afternoon. This is an area of low pressure. You see that green that's coming through into Nevada. It's going to stay way up north and then move to the east pretty quickly. So that's why we're just going to get a little blip of light showers. Current temperatures in the 50s right now, and then our afternoon highs highs, 69 in Vista, 71 Escondido and Poway, Miramar, 69 La Mesa, 68 for downtown, Chula Vista at 66, Ramona, 77 degrees. So it's going to feel pretty comfortable out there today, similar to yesterday, maybe just a couple degrees cooler. Wind advisory to let you know about for noon tomorrow into Sunday, 2 a.m. So that's going to be a pretty breezy afternoon for your weekend. That's kind of the only thing you'll have to deal with. Some of the decorations, if you're doing a graduation party, for example, might fly around a little. So just tie it down extra. Here's the wind gust forecast for tomorrow, 3-4 o'clock. You'll notice pretty breezy throughout the county, the coast into the deserts, but obviously a lot windier in the mountains and our deserts. As far as the chance of rain, with the green that we see, when's it going to get here? It looks like tomorrow morning should be fine, nice cloudy conditions, and then by Saturday midday or so, all good. Saturday night, this is when around 7-8 o'clock, there it is. Pretty light stuff. By 4 in the morning, it is gone. So not bad at all. The timing is actually just right. Here's a look at traffic as far as what we're seeing out there. There was a crash on the 905 eastbound Britannia. The lane was blocked, the shoulder blocked as well due to a crash. And I wanted to let you know about a crash on the 56. A heads up there, we're getting reports of a car that went off the embankment near Camino del Sur. That's in the Carmel Valley area. So we'll be watching that closely. I'll bring you another update here in just a few minutes. But drive times, as you see, 78 westbound between the 15 and the 5, looking pretty good out there. Let's check in on the border wait times. On this Friday, it looks like Otay Mesa would be the route to go through that port of entry, only 30 minutes compared to San Ysidro at 105 minutes.